Vim dam yam dam sham lam tem shem dim Mahavedim yam tam. Welcome to this video on the Zenwara channel. In today's video we're going to talk about the Yanomami shamans. And not specifically just the Yanomami shamans, but what we're going to talk about is the Yanomami sorcerers. Okay. So, as some of you may be aware listening to this video, the Yanomami are a people, an indigenous people that lived in certain areas, potentially of Brazil, Venezuela, around there. And Colombia, potentially around this area. And they basically live in the mountains, in the jungles, okay, in the Amazon, right? And they're known for many, many things, being an indigenous people of the land. They're known also for their shamans. Okay, many shamans in their society. Okay, and it's a big part of their culture, and the shaman is a very important part of their culture. Now, they're a warrior culture with a warrior background and creation story. Okay, a warrior society. Okay, that lives, and they fight amongst themselves. Okay, different residential units. Okay, and their shamans participate in these battles. Okay, so the shamans, they commune with the nature spirits of the forest and land. Okay, of the jungle and land and the mountains. Okay, and these are the spirits that represent all the possibilities of life. And all the different genotypes and possibilities of life for that land in the past and in the future, all the possibilities, all the spirits that exist, the spirits of life, right? And they can commune with these spirits and bring them within them to use these spirits as part of shamanism, okay? So they bring the spirits within them, right? And it can accumulate more and more spirits, right? And more power as they accumulate more spirits and stronger spirits, right? Now that can lead to some situations potentially where they might have trouble controlling those spirits, but that's another story. So they can accumulate more and more spirits, right? And there's different forms of shamanism. There's the form where you bring the spirits within yourself, and there's the form where you bring them within an object, like for example a doll or a statue, and carry around your spirits. So you can bring them within you, right? And in this tradition, they bring them within themselves, okay? So in that way, they use certain drugs, okay, that they find in the forest, a specific tree, that they snuff, a snuff, okay, and they have this stick essentially, or a bone, a hollow bone, and they put in the nose, and one person pushes it and it snuffs into you, right? And this is a hallucinogenic substance, and it allows you to see the spirits of the land, okay? But it also allows you to do other things, right? What it allows you to do is it allows you to operate, okay, and to allows the shaman to connect to the system, right, in a specific way with a specific technology, by sharpening the mind, right, by tuning and training the mind in this way to connect to the system, okay? So in this way, the shaman can also do sorcery. So the shaman is very feared because there are the sorcerers, right? So when you see them preparing in these videos that you see on YouTube, when they do the snuff, and they all prepare for war, right? They go to battle, right? And once they are using this substance, the tree is called the tree of power, okay? It's a military tree, okay? Tree of power within the forest, and you use this to wage war, right? So that's why they use this, right? To practice to allow themselves to connect to the system, and to operate as a sorcerer, right? So a sorcerer can operate at the system. So they are shamans, yes, but they can also operate as Yanomami sorcerers, right? And the Yanomami sorcerer is very feared, okay? Because the Yanomami sorcerer can operate at levels of the system which are other levels than the levels that you see here. So the Yanomami shamans, they send things against each other. You know, they'll send each other storms, diseases, curses, all these different types of things that they send each other, right? And to the other units as they fight in conflicts, right? And the shamans take part, are the members of the society that's in conflict, and take part in the conflict by using the shaman's abilities and spirits, right, to wage war. But what they're also doing is they're also connecting, in some cases, some of them are sorcerers, right? So they have Yanomami shamans, right, which are doing all these different things, but they have the sorcerers as well, right, which are connecting the system in those ways, right? So the Yanomami sorcerer is very feared, okay, and trains and goes to battle every day, and that's what they're doing with this snuff here, right, that they're taking in their nose, right? They are preparing themselves for battle. So by taking this substance, this snuff, they get themselves into a mode, right, where they can now wage battle, where they can now connect in the levels at which they operate to have things happen in the system, right? To have things take place in the system with their powers that they essentially utilize to do so. So the Yanomami sorcerer or shaman is very, very, very powerful in war, right? Can do many, many different things, right? Can send spells. And these are very real. This really exists. These are real things. And they can wage battle in this way. Now, they are not the only beings that wage war in these ways, right? There are other beings of America, that also had their substances and things that they take in different ways, right? But the Yanomami sorcerer with the tree of power that they get in their jungles and that they snuff, that is very powerful. That's a very strong, powerful of shaman type and sorcerer, extremely powerful and adept at waging spiritual war. Really, really very a war application. So like in India, you have Tantra, which can be used in many ways for physical application, right? In the same way, the Yanomami shaman and sorcerers are extremely powerful beings at war, at waging war spiritually, right? Now, they are people that, as their name says, like to live in the jungle. They have their story and their history, and they've been there for a long time. Okay, so the Yanomami sorcerer, a very powerful spiritual being. Okay, shaman, very spiritual, powerful spiritual being, and very effective in spiritual combat. Okay, thank you for listening to this video on the Zen World channel.